Hello friends, welcome to Engineering Works 247. Today we will be discussing about the mistakes in interviews which are faced by the structural engineers or the fresher structural engineers faces in the interviews. Here are the some points that we will be discussing today. First is the knowing code numbers but not their explanation. Many of the students know the code numbers such as IS 456-2000 or IS 1893, but not know their explanation. So that which can be stated as IS 1893, which is used for base shear calculation, drift or R factor such as response reduction factor should be stated. Well, you should know that always you have to link with the code and concept. And second is the weak explanation of the seismic concepts. Students are unable to explain the story drift or torsion or irregularities present in the building. How you can fix it? Use clear language and you can give one example related to that concept. And third is the confusion between stiffness, strength, and ductility. Many students does not know the difference between these three terms. The main concept is here. Stiffness means we can learn about the deformation in the building. And for strength we can say the load carrying capacity. And for ductility, we can say that the deformation after yielding. Most of the students make mistake that they mix up soft story and weak story. These are different terms. And then the next is the ignoring path mistakes. It is the most useful term in the seismic design. Students are unable to explain how the load transfers to the building. Students directly say that slab, beam, column, and foundation. This is good, but it is not the proper way to state the answer. You can say that firstly, the loads act on the slab that are transferred to beam through the bending moments, and the beam transfer these loads to the column as axial forces, and then the movements column carry the loads down to the foundation, which finally transfers them to the soil. This is the proper explanation of these concepts. A continuous and clear path is essential for safe and efficient structural behavior. Then next is the quoting clause numbers without understanding. Mostly candidates memorize clauses but cannot apply them at a building. The correct approach for this should be explain concept first, the which concept is going to explain, and then mention the clauses if needed. Do not It is not expected that you should always mention the clauses of their concept. The most interviews check that the concept you are clear or not. And next is the confusion between analysis and design. Many students directly say that ETABS designs the building. This is the wrong statement. Wrong statements such that we should not directly rely on the software. The correct answer for this is software analysis and the engineer designs and checks. The student also can answer that I model the structure in ETABS for analysis, obtain forces, and then design and manual check the members and which are as per IS codes or not. And then is the next thing is poor understanding of detailing drawing. Most of the candidates can perform analysis, design beams, columns, but they cannot read or interpret the drawings properly. This is the main concern. Why detailing drawings are extremely important, such as drawing controls, safety, constructability, cost, and site execution. Wrong detailing causes congestion, poor clock rate placement, ductility failures in earthquake, and etc. For this, you should be able to read reinforcement drawing, explain the bar sizes, spacing in the reinforcement, anchorage and bar length, bending details, and you should understand the beam column joint detailing. And then next is the saying that software will take care. This is the most what we can say that mostly students say that the answer the software will take care. You should not directly rely on the software. Or students say that building design ETAS will take care of it. Rather than saying, you should say that I analyze the structure using software and then manually verify the critical members as per IS code and the detailing requirements. This is the most mistake that the student say that direct software dependent on their software. Then next is the not differentiating wind versus earthquake loads. There should be clear difference between wind and earthquake behavior. For wind, we can say that it is reversible or longer duration, and for earthquake, it is sudden and cyclic, and it is also inertia based. Many mis- Many candidates treat wind load and earthquake load as same type of lateral loads, which is technically incorrect, and this shows weak understanding of the structural behavior. For wind load behavior, we can say that it acts as an external applied force, or it is generally reversible, and it causes steady or fluctuating pressure. And for earthquake behavior, we can say that it is an inertia force which is occurred due to ground acceleration. And the main it is due to sudden and cyclic, short, and it is short duration but high intensity in nature. And the last one is the poor answer structure. The candidates give much complicated answers and they give the long answer without conclusion. To fix this, you have to first state that its definition, then its purpose. Then, if you know, then state the code reference, and lastly, you should state the one line summary. For order, the proper order should be first definition. Definition means what is it? Second one is the reason why it matters. Third one is the code, its reference or its limits. And last one, conclusion or practical importance. For example, we will consider base shear. For base shear, we can say that base shear is total horizontal seismic force acting at base of structure. It represents overall earthquake demand on building. As per ISO 1893, it is calculated using zone factor, importance factor, response reduction factor, and seismic weight. It is used for designing beam, column, and lateral load resisting systems. So today, these are the mistakes that the fresher structural engineers makes in the interview, and we will discuss more about in the next video. And thank you.